Johnny Dollar.
Hi there, Johnny. This is Helen Daner.
Helen Daner?
That's right. I live out here in Morro Bay, California.
I see.
Insurance with one of the companies you represent, the Greater Southwest Insurance Company.
Oh, yeah, I do a lot of work for them.
But also, Johnny, do you mind if I call you Johnny?
Well, no, not at all, Miss Daner. Or is it Mrs.?
It's Miss. Or better still, just Helen. As I started to say, I not only have that insurance, but Johnny, I never miss that radio program of yours where you tell all about those exciting cases you solve. Sometimes I just don't see how you do it.
Well, I hope you never find out about the ones I miss out on. But now, Miss Daner...
I don't think I've missed a single one of your programs.
Good.
I'm your most loyal listener, and I think you're wonderful.
Well, thanks.
And that's why I'm calling you instead of the police about this.
Well, look, Miss Daner, Oh?
Yes.
Calling about what?
Johnny, if the police weren't able to nab them, isn't that what you say, nab them?
Yeah, sure, but go on.
Well, Johnny, these terrible people might suspect that I'm the one who told the police about them.
What people, Miss Daner?
And if that happened, well, I guess you can just imagine what they might do to me.
Well, who are these people you're talking about, and just what is it they're up to?
All right, Johnny. Now listen carefully.
Yeah. Yes? Miss Daner? Hello? 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 Oh, come on now, Dollar. Don't be a sucker for a... And yet... I wonder.
Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Oh, Act One of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Greater Southwest Insurance Company, Home Office, Los Angeles, California. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Big H matter. Expense account item 1-275, long-distance telephone call to Hollywood 82124. That is to say, the office of Royal J. Harkins, contact man at Greater Southwest Insurance in Los Angeles. It was late in the day, but luckily he was still in his office.
Nice to hear from you again, Johnny. What can I do for you?
Roy, I'm putting this call on expense account.
Oh?
But
Why?
that ain't all. If I could make connections down to New York, well, let's see. There's a plane leaving for the West Coast a little after midnight, so I'd arrive in L.A. early in the morning.
You coming out here?
Unless somebody's been pulling my leg. Roy, do you have a policy holder named Helen Daner?
Yes, we certainly do.
Well, now, what's that mean?
She's an elderly woman, a spinster, who lives up in the little town of Morro Bay. That's about 200 miles north of here. Johnny, she called this office early this afternoon. She demanded your phone number there in Hartford.
And?
Well, I didn't give it to her.
Why not?
Because she wouldn't say why she wanted to get in touch with you.
Oh, fine.
And knowing how busy you always are, well... But then, just a few minutes ago, I began to wonder about it.
Yes?
Well, after all, if she wanted to contact you about some insurance matter...
Yeah.
What?
Well, did you call her back?
Yes, since we handle all her insurance. That is, I tried to, but I got no answer.
Then, Roy, I'm going to grab that plane I was talking about.
Well, now, wait. Did she get to you? Did you talk to her?
Yes.
And it has something to do with her insurance?
Plenty. So I'm flying out there, Roy, at your company's expense.
Now, just a minute,
Unless,
Johnny.
of course, you'd rather pay off her insurance to some beneficiary.
Johnny!
Then just be sure to have a rental car waiting for me when I pull into the airport. Item 2, 162.85 plane fare. The big mainliner took off from New York's International Airport promptly at 12:30 a.m. At 6:30 Pacific time, I stepped off the plane at L.A. International.
Dollar? Dollar, oh, this way.
Oh, hi, Roy. I didn't exactly expect you to be here in person this early in the morning.
Well, I am. I got a rental car ready and waiting for you out at the curb.
Good, good.
But listen, you still haven't told me what this is all about.
Because I'm not too sure myself.
But you sounded over the phone as though something's happened to the old lady. Miss Helen Daner, I mean.
That's exactly the way I meant it to sound.
And since I still haven't been able to get her on the telephone... Well, what? What's happened to her?
I don't know. This my car?
That's right. Oh, start making some sense, will you?
I wish I could.
Well, do you actually know that something's happened to Miss Daner?
Nope. But if it hasn't, I've got to do everything I can to prevent it.
Johnny, prevent what?
Royal, I only wish I knew.
Johnny! Johnny!
Thanks to an excellent highway and light traffic, I made good time through Santa Monica, then Santa Barbara, even past the famous Pismo Beach. It was just afternoon when I pulled into Morro Bay. When I stopped for gas, that's item 3, 420, I looked up Miss Helen Daner's address in the local phone book. It turned out to be a modest little frame house about half a mile south of Morro Rock on the landward side of the bay. It had some nice, well-kept flower beds in front, and at the back I could see a small, rather decrepit dock that stuck out into the bay. A brand new, expensive automobile was parked in the street in front of the place. Hardly the kind of car you'd expect a sweet old lady to be driving along. Well, there was only one way to find out.
Yeah?
Miss Helen Daner?
No, I'm Bessie Daner, Helen's sister. And who are you, young man?
Johnny Dollar. I'm from Hartford, Connecticut. Is your sister?
Oh, yes. I've heard Helen speak of you. You're an old friend of hers, aren't you?
Well, yes, I guess.
Won't you come in?
Well, is she here, Miss Daner?
Well, she ought to be back from the market any minute.
The market?
She hasn't been at all well, you know. That's why I've come to live with her, sort of take care of her.
I see.
But I did think it was all right to let her walk down to the market this morning. Would you like to come in and wait for her?
Which market, Miss Daner?
Well, it's the first one down the street. Now, do you see it? That little supermarket just 2 blocks away.
Oh, yeah, I see.
So if you'd like to come in and wait...
No, thanks. I'll pick her up there.
Well, but Mr. Dollar...
Thank you very much.
Mr. Dollar...
There was something very funny here, but I wasn't sure just what. Or maybe I'd just fallen for some gag on the part of a fan on my radio program who wanted to see her favorite hero in person. In any event, there was one sure way to find out, from Miss Helen Daner herself. And if she was still at the market. But as it turned out, I got that well-known kick in the face.
Why, of course I know Miss Helen Noir well, sir.
Then will you please point her out to me?
Miss Helen Daner?
That's right.
Oh, but she isn't here, sir.
Oh. Then perhaps she went to some other store.
Most certainly not, sir.
What?
We deliver everything that she orders to her little house up the street.
Well, that still doesn't prove...
Well, you see, Miss Helen hasn't been out of that house for weeks, hasn't budged.
You're sure of that?
Why, of course I'm... What? Oh, what's the matter, sir?
And now, Act 2 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar and the Big H Matter.
If old Miss Helen Daner, who telephoned me in Hartford, asked me to come out here to Morro Bay in California, if Miss Daner hadn't budged from her little house in weeks, why had her sister told me she was at the market? Could all this somehow tie in with the terrible people she tried to tell me about on the telephone? I jumped into my car and drove back to the little home on the bay.
Mr. Dollar.
That's right. Now, where is Helen Daner?
Oh, Sister came back while you were gone.
Came back? Without my seeing her? Now, listen, I was...
Yes?
Well, the manager of that market said she hasn't been out of this house for weeks.
What? Oh, you must have gone to the supermarket.
Well, where else?
And just because she isn't shopping there anymore.
Oh, now, look, Miss Daner, you told me...
Won't you come in? I think she'll be terribly disappointed if you don't. You see, she's told me all about you now.
In the couple of minutes I was away from here?
An insurance investigator. I think it's awfully thrilling. But now come in and see her. I think she's been kind of expecting you.
Yeah. And if you'd like to know what I think, Miss... Good Lord. In the middle of the tiny living room was a heavy open armchair. Sitting in it, tied down to it, was a sweet-looking gray-haired lady of maybe 70 or 75. A handkerchief was lashed tightly across her mouth, and the eyes behind her old-fashioned steel-rimmed glasses were filled with tears and a look of utter despair. I swung around to her so-called sister and was struck by two things. She seemed to have suddenly lost about 20 years. Her face wore an unpleasant smirk, and in her right hand was a .38 aimed at me.
Don't move, Mr. Dollar. Gun is not only loaded, but cocked, and it has a hair trigger. Stand perfectly still, because it'll be right in the middle of your back. So, while I take away your gun... All right. Now, sit over there in that chair against the wall. You'd better do as I say, Mr. Dollar. Now, we may have to wait a little while, so get one thing straight. Any move, any tricks, and I pull this trigger.
Mind telling me what we're waiting for?
You'll see.
And why you've tied her up that way? That is Helen Dana, isn't it?
Why, what's the matter, honey? Getting a little short of breath with that gag in your mouth? Why don't I take it out for you? No, Dollar. Not a single move.
Just crossing my legs.
Sure. Here now, honey. I want you to conk out on it. After all, you may be of some use before we're through with this caper. There you are.
Johnny, I don't know what. These terrible people, they sneaked in while I was spooning you.
Yeah, Helen, I guessed that.
If only you hadn't come, but I thought maybe. They're smugglers, Johnny, of the worst possible kind.
You tell them, honey. It'll help to kill time while we're waiting for Pete and Dollar.
Okay.
They're smuggling in narcotics, heroin, they're way down in Mexico.
Oh, pretty smart picking a spot as far up the coast as this.
Only I'd known. When this man, Pete, asked if he could use my dock. He said it was to tie up his boat at night when he came in from fishing.
How did you get onto them, Helen?
When they saw I turned my lights out so early every night, they thought I was asleep. That I wouldn't notice he wasn't taking fish off his boat, but little cans of heroin.
Sure.
Then Bessie here, who can look so sweet when she wants to.
Why, Helen, I thought I was pretty sweet.
Then Bessie would meet him with her car.
How did you know it's heroin?
Because they told me they'd use it on me if I don't behave myself.
Which is a lot better than you'll get, Dollar.
And besides, Johnny,
Yeah.
I found a little of it that was spilled on the dock. And I remembered how you described it once when you caught a man bringing in the terrible stuff.
Yeah, she's a real smart old biddy. Except when she phoned to you, Dollar, and we caught her at it. We can handle her all right. With a little H in her veins, we can even let the neighbors see her now and then. And with me acting as her sister, taking care of her. Oh, listen, here he comes now from the dock. Just relax, Dollar.
Well, what a charming little party.
Johnny, this is...
Nice work, Bessie. Dollar, huh?
That's right. You want to take care of him, Pete?
So you made the mistake of coming out here. Believe me, mister, it was a mistake.
I said, are you going to take care of him?
Why, of course, right away. We don't want him lying around here. Which is to say, Dollar, we're gonna do something I haven't thought of since the old days in Chicago. You and I are gonna take a little ride.
Well, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Take a little ride, huh?
That's right.
Chicago style.
Exactly, Dollar.
Oh, Johnny, don't you see what that means? He's going to take...
All right, honey. Just keep out of it.
No, I won't. Pete's going to kill him.
That's right. Now shut up.
Oh, now, just a
Dollar.
minute.
Sit down. Bessie, be sure you keep the gun on him.
Don't worry, Pete. I had a silencer, though. I'd get rid of him here and
Has
now.
it occurred to you, Pete, that I may have left word with them that if I'm not heard from...
Now, don't try to be cute, Dollar. Sure, it occurred to me. I dismissed it. For the simple reason that you couldn't possibly have had any reason to know what you were getting into out here. So forget it.
What are you gonna do with him, Pete?
Well, whatever it is, it'll have to wait till after dark, when this one-horse town closes up for the night.
Well, then what?
Well, I've got to be sure the Dollar's body won't be found until
Shut up.
until we're through with this operation. That means a week or... Wait, I got it.
What, Pete?
Up on Cayucas Beach.
Cayucas?
There's a little town 5 or 6 miles north of here. There's a big pile of rocks, a big cave in them. Nobody'd ever think of looking in there. So as soon as... Oh, what are you doing?
Just digging out a cigarette, if you don't mind.
No, sure, go ahead. But this is one time the condemned man won't enjoy a hearty meal.
Johnny, isn't there anything to think I got you into this?
Told you to shut up.
Listen, I told you.
No, you don't.
Finish him off, Pete.
No. No, we'll wait for dark and do it right.
I guess he had really slugged me, because by the time I fully came to, it was night. I was in the back seat of a car driving along the highway beside the ocean. Pete was at the wheel. Beside him, leaning over the back of the seat watching me, was Bessie. And the .38 in her hand was aimed straight at my head.
You're sure the old lady won't be able to work herself loose, Bessie?
I'm sure. If we'd had any sense, Pete, we would have brought her along on this ride, too. It have saved us a lot of trouble. Oh, so you've woke up, Dollar.
Yeah.
Well, just stay put in that back seat. Any funny business? I said any funny business.
Just trying to dig out a cigarette.
Stay back in that seat.
Yeah. She didn't take her eyes off me for a second, or the gun either. As clumsily as possible, I struggled with a pack of cigarettes, rolling and squeezing it, and hoping the tobacco was plenty dry. Then, having apparently failed to pull out a cigarette, I turned the pack upside down over my hand. And yeah, the fine tobacco poured into it. I took a deep breath.
What's the matter, Dollar? You need some help with that. Oh, no! No, my eyes!
Hey!
My eyes! Oh!
Instinctively, she dropped the gun and put her hands to her eyes, now filled with tobacco dust. With what little strength I had, I picked up the gun and slammed it against the side of Pete's head. Oh! It was a commercial trucker driving one of those big interstate trailer jobs who pulled off the highway to give us a hand. Yeah, somehow those boys are always around when you need them. And he used his head. When he found my credentials in my pocket, he saw the whole picture in a flash. So he hailed down the first police car that came along and turned both Pete and Bessie over to them. Miss Helen Tainer? Bless her heart. The spunky little old character was tickled pink to be involved in the whole thing. Yeah, she just can't wait to go to court and testify against those two. Expense account total, including the trip back to Hartford, $447.45. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, well, so help me, it's the wildest case I ever got messed up with. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Peggy Weber, Virginia Gregg, Bartlett Robinson, Joseph Kearns, and Russell Thorson. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Dan Coverly speaking. Time now for
Johnny Dollar.
George Reed, Johnny, at Floyd's of England.
How are you, George?
Do you by any chance remember Durango Laramie Dalhart?
From that place out in Oklahoma with the crazy name of Bum Spung?
That's right. Now, Johnny,
How could I ever forget him? And more to the point, has he ever forgiven you?
forgiven me?
After all, you were the one who accused him of passing counterfeit money.
Well, I
And all it would was wash and starch and iron a few $100 bills to make him look nice and new and crisp.
I'm quite frank to admit I was entirely wrong about him that time.
Hey, tell me, does he still pay his premiums in brand new money and in person?
Yes, and that's what has me worried.
How do you mean?
Well, he wrote me some time ago and said he'd be here on the 10th of last month to pay his regular $4,500 premium.
10th the last... Well, that's nearly 6 weeks ago.
Exactly. And he hasn't appeared.
Well, did you write or wire him to see what's holding him up?
I got no answer. Johnny, I think something's happened to him. After all, with the way he flashes money around, it's a wonder somebody hasn't knocked him off long before this.
George, if anything's happened to old Durango Laramie Dalhart.
Yeah, I thought you'd feel that way about it.
Yeah. I'll let you know what I find out when I get to, if you'll pardon the expression, Bum Spunk.
Bob Bailey, in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
And now, Act One of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar. To Floyd's of England, American Office, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is the account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Durango Laramie matter. George Reed has quite a penchant for handing me really offbeat cases. But for once, this looked like serious business. Expense account item 1, 9420, transportation. I arrived in Enid, Oklahoma shortly after 4 a.m. Item 2, $1.85 for breakfast. Item 3, $50 deposit on a rental car. I headed due north on Highway 81, across some of the flattest plains country I've ever seen, that I hadn't expected to see again till soon. About 67 miles further on, after crossing what remains of the Salt Fork of the Arkansas, I spotted the familiar weather-beaten sign indicating that Bum Spung was somewhere up a rough dirt road to the left. Bum Spung, named by the Indians. It means bad water. And finally, there it was, the same old broken wooden fence surrounding a couple of acres of poor sandy ground. The same ramshackle house, the broken-down barn, propped up in spots with timbers. And in the yard were the same 2 fat-looking cows I'd seen on my previous visit. The swayback horse and a friendly, mangy, toothless hound from decrepit-looking chick. Bum Spunk, so-called ranch of Durango Laramie Dalhart, who'd made it in oil and who chose to settle down on this lonely, desolate spot. And standing there looking at it, it was hard to believe that the inside of the huge, unpainted house was clean, modern, well-furnished, thanks to his niece Carol, who occasionally came up to see the old man. As I swung aside the sagging wire gate, I wondered if she was here now. I wondered if anyone was here, but not for long. Durango! Durango, it's Johnny Dollar.
Stay outside that fence, you men and young varmint. It's here now, it's private property.
Wait a minute. You're not Durango. I came here to see Durango Laramie Dalhart.
Oh, you did, eh? Well, Durango ain't here.
Now look, you.
Oh, you shut up that gate and drive away from here. You see this here now, 30-30?
Drive away after you've blown a hole in one of my tires?
I did, eh? Well, I guess that wasn't very sociable, now was it?
Hey, look, lower that gun for a minute, will you?
Oh, no, you don't. No, you don't. You try anything funny and I'll let you have it. Only, I guess it is up to me to fix that tire for you, ain't it?
Huh?
After all, as long as I done it, let me take a look and make sure you just ain't up to some tricks here.
Here, but I am. Hey, just give me that gun now.
Oh, no, you don't. No, you don't.
Okay. Now, who are you and what are you doing here and where's Durango?
Hey, Hopper, Sonny. You sure pack a punch.
Start talking, mister. Who are you?
Who am I? Ty Widener Wilson, that's who I am. Who'd you think? And who are you?
Johnny Dollar, insurance investigator. What are you doing here?
What am I doing here? Why, old Durango sent me a telegram, that's why.
Oh, yeah?
Sure. Here now. Read it for yourself.
To Mr. Sidewinder Wilson, Gunside Oil Field, somewheres near the
Petterdale River, Texas.
Yeah, that's where the field is, and that's where I got this telegram.
Get yourself up here to From Sprung.
That's what he
Take
says.
care of my ranch for a while and get here fast, signed Durango.
Yeah. You satisfied?
Just who are you, Sidewinder?
Who am I? Durango's oldest, bestest friend is all. Known him since we rigged together in the oil fields before he made his gold strike up in Colorado, that's who. So when he tells me to come up here and take care of things, I come, that's all. What do you expect? But now look here, Johnny, what you say your name is?
Johnny Dollar.
Yeah, well, there's something I don't like about Durango's going away this time.
What do you mean?
What I mean the way he must have left in a powerful hurry, that's what. You know Durango pretty well?
Pretty good.
Well, can you see him leaving this nice house of his with all the doors and windows unlocked?
He wasn't here when you arrived?
Oh, sure, he'd already went away. And can you see him leaving no food around for the cattle and Methuselah and Primrose?
Methuselah and Primrose? What is this?
Your horse and this nice old dog here. And what about the tractor? Just sitting out there in the field, plows down halfway up a furrow.
What are you getting at, Sidewinder?
What am I getting at? I'm a saying he must have left in an awful hurry, that's all. And if you ask me, there's something funny about it, and I don't mean funny, ha-ha.
Yeah, I think you got something there. You see, he was due in Hartford, Connecticut over 6 weeks ago.
Pay up on his insurance, huh?
That's right.
All loaded down with brand new money, I bet.
Probably.
Yeah, I've told that crazy old coyote 1,000 times that he oughtn't to go traipsing all over the country with all that money in his kick. Johnny, if he ain't showed up the way he was supposed, it just means one solitary single thing.
Like what, Sidewinder?
Like what? Well, like somebody's waylaid and bushwhacked him for his money, that's what. Yeah.
Yeah, well, afraid so. But Sidewinder, I sure hope you're wrong.
Johnny, I sure hope I'm wrong.
Act 2 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
And now for another episode in the life of Sergeant Donald Bellwether, my husband. Hi, honey. Did you fix the windshield wipers?
I sure did, Reba. How's that?
Oh, you fixed them. Good for you, Donald.
Thank you, my dear. Well, that's that. Now, if it rains, we're prepared for it, huh? I feel better now.
Oh, me too. A driver has to see the danger if he expects to avoid it.
That's right. And also keep the back and side windows clear in rain and snowy weather.
That's right. Oh, how about the horn?
The horn?
The horn doesn't work, Sergeant. Aren't you going to fix it?
No, I don't think so. Frankly, Reba, I hate horns. Whenever there's a traffic jam, the first thing some guys do is blow their horn.
Which does absolutely no good.
Of course not. All it does is jar everyone's nerves. No, I don't think I'll fix them.
Oh, but now wait a minute, Don. Look, supposing we're driving along and suddenly we see a youngster on his bicycle headed right out into the street. Sounding that horn will warn him and possibly avoid a tragic accident.
Yes, that's true, but...
Or supposing we're driving on the highway and just as we're about to pass a car, that car decides to pull out into our lane and pass the car ahead of him. He obviously doesn't see us, and he won't hear us shout. But one little beep on that horn and he'll automatically scoot back and avoid a collision.
Reba, you've convinced me. Even though it can be a nuisance, the automobile horn is a necessity.
Then you'll repair it?
Immediately.
Oh, that's my Donald. That's my doll.
And now, Act 2 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the Durango Laramie matter.
Durango Laramie Delharts. Great old character from Bum Sprung, Oklahoma. Gone. Disappeared. His pal, Sidewinder Wilson, a bit of a character himself, had no idea what might have happened to him, but feared the worst. I had to agree that his fears were justified. But tell me this, Sidewinder. Have you heard anything from Durango's niece, Carol?
You mean that pretty little gal fixed up this place for him tonight, kind of looks after him?
That's the one.
Well, say, don't he live down to Enid?
Enid, yes, runs a gas station.
That's right, sign of the Flying Red Horde.
Come on, help me fix this tire. We'll drive back to Enid.
Well, I'll help you fix the tire, but I'm staying right here.
Oh, why?
Why? Because Durango's trusting me to take care of the place. And if he does turn up, God willing, I'll be here to have him get in touch with you.
Okay, now let's get this tire free.
No, wait. Look.
Huh?
See that fancy convertible coming up the road?
I not only saw the convertible, but more important, who was in it, who pulled up alongside the fence and stepped out. She was 23 or 4, a tall, slim brunette wearing a neatly tailored skirt, a tight-fitting silk blouse. Neat, trim. She looked like she'd just stepped out of Charles of the Ritz.
Well, Humphrey, folks, it's Johnny.
Carol.
Hi.
Carol, how are you?
We couldn't resist my fatal charm. I couldn't stay away. With that.
Oh, no, we don't have any.
What's the matter with you? You don't like that?
Oh, no, come here.
Oh, Johnny,
Yeah? Carol?
Oh, Johnny. Gee, oh, you shut up, Sidewinder.
By God, by glory, Durango can see Durango.
Oh, yeah. Carol, listen to me.
You gonna propose, John?
Where's Durango? Have you heard anything from him since he left here 6 weeks ago?
He went to Hartford.
But he hasn't arrived there.
Oh, now don't you start worrying none about old Uncle Durango or anything there. You sure, John?
I'm sure.
Crazy old goose setting out across the country with over $50,000 in money in his hand?
Hey,
He ought to know better than... Oh, Tony, do you think something's happened to him?
You ask me, I think somebody's killed him for that money.
Oh,
You
no.
haven't heard from him since he left?
Only a postcard from Chicago where he stayed overnight at some fancy hotel. And, Johnny, that wasn't like him.
What do you mean?
Oh, it's before he went straight to Hartford.
That real estate man was from Chicago, Carol.
What real estate man?
Oh, he used to come out here looking for people with oil money. Tried to get Durango to invest in real estate, Florida's, New England.
Well, what did this postcard say?
Nothing, really. Just that he was staying overnight. And before he come back, he was going to look at Ong's hat.
Who is Ong?
Oh, he was always writing silly stuff like that. I don't know.
Ong.
Oh, Johnny, what do we do?
Where's the nearest phone?
Back in Enid.
Then come on, that's where we're going. In Enid, I put in a long-distance call to Phil Avery, an old friend at International Press Service, in the hope that if Durango's body had been picked up anywhere in the country, the news files would have some note of it.
Durango Laramie Dalhart? That's a man's name?
Yeah, Phil. Does it mean anything to you?
I'll say this, Johnny. If a name like that had ever come in over the wires, I'd certainly have remembered it.
But it hasn't.
Not to my knowledge. Incidentally, what's this all about?
Oh, he left here loaded with cash. Now he's disappeared.
No clues?
Only that he's planned to see some guy named Ong.
Ong?
For some crazy reason, he's interested in Ong's hat.
Well, that's about as silly as... Ong's hat, did you say? Oh, no.
You mean that rings a bell?
Are you kidding? Of course it does. Oh, no.
Phil. Phil. Phil, listen, will you? This may be a matter of life or death. Phil.
Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
And now for another episode in the life of Sergeant Donald Bellwether, my husband.
Reba! Reba!
What is it, Donald?
Confounded Reba, I can't find the fountain pen. I've looked all through this desk.
Here it is, dear. You must have used it as a marker when you were reading this book. Let's see, this great literary classic, Six-Gun Showdown at Powder River Gulch.
All right, never mind about my reading habits. Just look at the coverage we're going to get with this new auto accident policy.
Let's see. We have collision,
$50 deductible.
fire, theft, public liability, property damage, medical benefits. In other words, we have complete coverage.
That's right. Of course, it's going to cost us money. I'm sending the company a check right now. Gee, it's too bad we don't live in Rhode Island.
Rhode Island, why?
Oh, because then our rates would be lower. Rhode Island has less accidents per capita than any other state.
Oh. Well, which state has the highest?
Let me see. Oh, here it is, Nevada. No, by golly, Nevada's second highest. Alaska has the most.
Really? I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just too bad we can't eliminate traffic accidents completely. Not only would it save life and limb, but it'd be a lot less strain on the pocketbook.
Yeah, that's for sure. These automobile accident policies get more expensive every year, just because there's so many costly accidents.
Well, I'm glad we've got some good insurance coverage, Donald, but just remember one thing.
Oh, what's that, honey?
Well, some auto accidents ruin a fender, and some ruin a family.
Yeah, that's true. Very true.
But as far as I'm concerned, I don't want any of your old insurance money. I want you here at home, safe and sound. You'll always drive carefully, won't you?
Yes, I will do.
Oh, that's my Donald. That's my doll.
And now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the Durango Laramie Matter.
Bill, will you stop that howling and make some sense? This could be a matter of life or death.
Did you say?
That's right. You know who he is.
No.
Do you know him?
Oh, no. No, I don't know they are. But I know what it is.
Huh?
Onset, New Jersey.
What?
Sure. down in the pine and cranberry bog country. Down near Mount Holly, south of Trent.
Are you serious?
Of course I'm serious.
Johnny,
Okay, Phil.
Sure, that's where the big
Okay, Phil, thanks.
Johnny, I found Carter that real estate promoters in Chicago.
Good. We'll take the first flight we can get out of Tulsa. Come on, Carol, we're on our way. Expense account item 4, 164.80, plane fare and incidentals. In Chicago, we stopped over long enough to pay a brief, unpleasant visit with one J. Harry Cramlin, real estate promoter at his office just off the loop.
So, what if I did sell this Dale Hard character some land over in New Jersey? What's it to you? You trying to cut in on a good thing?
How much did you sell him, Mr. Cramlin?
Oh, a little over $35,000 worth. But now if
What
you...
was it, a lot of worthless swampland?
He didn't seem to think so, after the glowing report I gave him.
Why did he buy it?
Because the old fool thinks there's oil on it.
Cramlin, if you've taken Durango...
Now, ain't that a name? Durango Laramie Dell.
If he's been chipped in this deal, well, you better duck the next time you see me coming.
You threatening me? About a cash, perfectly legal deal?
Oh, I'm sure it was legal. But oil in South Jersey. Cramlin, my warning still goes. The next leg of our flight took us to Philadelphia. There I rented another car. That's $50 deposit, item 5. We drove across the Delaware River and picked up Route 537 to Mount Holly. There we stopped for a sandwich and a Coke. That's item 6. And there a passing glance at a newspaper headline stopped me in my tracks. Something about a big oil development at, yeah, you guessed it, at Ong's Hat. We burned up Highway 530 to Pemberton, then hit a sandy back road that led deep into the pine and scrub oak. Finally, suddenly, we came to a clearing. And there, well, there must have been 100 cars, expensive ones, some of them chauffeured limousines, and people milling about, haranguing each other, shouting each other down. And right in the middle of the crowd, a tall, angular man in blue jeans and a 10-gallon hat. Durang.
Johnny, there he is.
And then I saw something else from the edge of the clearing. 2 brand new towering oil derricks.
Come on, Johnny, let's get him away from that mob.
Not only was he cheated by that shyster real estate operator into thinking he was buying oil land, but he's thrown more money away building those derricks.
Oh, John.
Oh, that mob is probably trying to sell him enough radiant bucks and equip him to fleece him royally. 10 to 1, somebody in that crowd's offered him the Brooklyn Bridge to boot.
Then we gotta stop him. Only I'd rather shoot now.
Go ahead and go see him.
Johnny!
Hi, Durango.
Well, what the dog blasted tarnation ever rung you out for this?
Oh, you're all right.
Hey, sure I am. Come on in this shack here so we can get away from this blast. Come on. You look here, Johnny. What are you doing with my little Carol, huh?
I'll tell you, Durango.
You sneak out to Enid behind my back and hitch up with her? All right, get on in there now, or he has to see. Just sit down where you can. All right, now, you young rascal. Is that what you done? Gone and got married?
Well, of course not, you old goot.
Oh, well, doggone it, that's what I was hoping for.
Oh, goot.
Now, don't you give me that, gal. I know how you was talking ever since Johnny come out to Bumspung last year.
Tango, you shut up.
Hey,
I'm afraid this trip is on business, Durango.
business. With a pretty gal like Carol here? You... And how'd you two get here, anyway?
Johnny brought me on the plane, but what difference?
Oh, he did, eh? Transported you across state line, huh? A whole lot of them. And there ain't no law about that. Why, Jake, you two are going to have to get married.
Durango.
And I'm just the one to see that you do.
Durango!
I don't carry this old 6-gun for nothing.
Durango, will you shut up and let Johnny tell you why he's been looking all over for you?
What do you mean, looking, you Jake? Huh?
Durango, you've been had.
Me?
By the crook who told you this was oil land.
Ah, Johnny, I knowed it weren't the minute I seen it.
But you put up derricks, and they must have caught you.
Sure, they caught me plenty. It just, a funny thing happened.
Oh, now wait a
Yeah,
minute.
sir, the minute the folks got wind of me, a millionaire oil man from Texas and Oklahoma putting up the derrick. I have my word of honor. I've told every one of them people, I've told them that there ain't no oil here.
You mean you
Yes, sir, I've told them till I was blue in the face.
Durango.
Would that stop them? That wouldn't stop them from wanting to buy this land away from me, no.
And you've been selling it?
Why, sure. I told them it was no good, but I just couldn't stop them. And so far, I've come out a mite over $65,000 to the good. Wait a minute, I say.
Yeah.
Johnny Dollar, are you here to buy a piece of my land or to marry my little Carol here?
Oh, no. Durango.
Believe you me, it better be both. Now, how about it?
Expense account item 7, $1,000 each. The company now owns a small hunk of land in Ong's Hat, New Jersey. As for Carol, that devil-loving doll, well, someday, maybe someday. Expense account total, including incidentals and transportation back to Hartford, $1,416 even. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone, who also wrote today's story. Heard in our cast were Virginia Gregg, G. Stanley Jones, Junius Matthews, Alan Reed, Frank Nelson, and John McIntyre. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Dan Cumberly speaking. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, has been a presentation of the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.
From Hollywood, it's time now for...
Johnny Dollar.
This is Bill Chadwick, Northwest Surety Company.
Howdy, Bill. How are things in Seattle?
Oh, not bad, Johnny, not bad. Tell me, have you ever fallen for the smell of the Yukon?
What are you trying to do? Sell me some mining stock?
No, but there's a mine I'd like to have you take a look at.
Up in the Yukon?
Well, actually, it's across the border in Alaska. It's a gold mine, a big one, sitting on top of a rich vein. Why don't you fly on out here and let me tell you about it?
Why not? Shall I bring my own pick and shovel?
No, Johnny.
Huh?
Just be sure you bring your gun.
Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
And now, Act One of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Northwest Surety Company, Seattle, Washington office. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Midnight Sun matter. Item 1, $164.35, transportation to New York, then a mainliner through Chicago to Seattle. The pilot gave us a beautiful view of Mount Rainier and Puget Sound before we sat down, and at 4 p.m. I was in Bill Chadwick's office at 2nd Avenue and Yesler Way.
I'm glad to see you, Johnny. It's been a long time.
Yeah, hiya, Bill.
Yeah. Here, sit down.
Okay. Now, what was that crack over the phone about bringing along a gun?
Well, the men who moil for gold are a pretty tough bunch, Johnny. And sometimes it even goes for the management of a big mining operation.
Like what, for instance?
Like Universal Consolidated Mining Corporation.
Where's that?
That's north and east of Fairbanks.
Alaska.
Yes, even north of Fort Yukon. That means above the Arctic Circle.
And what's happened up there?
The whole thing sits at the foot of a big glacier.
Oh?
No problem until recently. Now, through some freak of nature, that glacier is changing its course.
No kidding.
And from the look of things, maybe a couple of months, maybe a couple of years, or even 10 years. Anyhow, they seem to think that glacier is going to sweep down over the mines, the town, everything.
I see.
In which case, our company would have to pay for the whole loss.
An all-coverage policy, huh?
Yeah. And it's occurred to me, Johnny, suppose they've suddenly run out of that rich vein they found up there.
You mean that somehow they deliberately caused that glacier to destroy the whole operation?
It's a possibility, isn't it?
Well, a pretty far-fetched one, if you ask me. Change the course of a glacier?
A few sticks of dynamite carefully placed.
Oh, come off it, Bill. Did you ever see a glacier?
Well, why should one that's been following the same path for thousands of years suddenly decide to head for a few $1 million worth of well-insured property? Look, go up there and take a look, will you?
Okay, how do I get there?
One of the company's planes is taking off from here tomorrow morning.
They have their own airplanes?
Oh, sure, a lot of them. Big 2-engine speedcraft transports. How else do you think they'd get men and supplies up there? Anyway, you can go along with it. Okay?
Okay, why not? Who knows? Maybe I'll strike it rich, come back loaded with nuggets. Item 2, $31 even for my room at the Benjamin Franklin and a night on the town. The following morning, well, I suppose I should have wondered why a big cargo plane should take off from a tiny airport far out of town with only the pilot and me on board. Yeah, I should have wondered.
Act Two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
And now for another episode in the life of Sergeant Donald Bellwether, my husband.
Good morning, Mrs. Bellwether. Would my lady prefer to have her breakfast in bed this morning?
Oh, well, perfect husband. Thank you, darling.
Here's the tray with the coffee, the toast, and the orange. Oh, fine. I forgot the orange juice. Hold the tray, honey. I'll be right back.
Oh, darling, what happened?
I stubbed my toe in the corner of the dresser.
Oh, the National Safety Council was right.
The what?
Last night I read something in a National Safety Council pamphlet.
Oh, Rita, how can you sit there talking about a pamphlet when I'm dying a slow, torturous death?
Oh, come over here, darling. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No. What's this about the National Safety Council? Did they predict I would stub my toe this morning?
No, silly. It's just a coincidence. Only last night I read the statistics that prove that more home accidents occur in the bedroom of all places.
Yeah?
Not the bathroom or the kitchen or the home workshop. The bedroom.
Okay, from now on, when I walk around the bedroom, I'm going to wear my combat boots instead of these open-toed Huaraches.
Well, that might help, dear. But what everyone should be most careful of is taking medicine in the dark.
Okay, my living safety encyclopedia. I will now fetch your orange.
Oh, you're sweet. And it's just too bad that you nice men are so prone to accidents in the home. And the reason is because you brave men usually tackle the hazardous jobs around the house.
I'll remember those kind words as I slowly limp back to the kitchen.
One thing in your favor, though, Sarge. Married men stand a better chance of avoiding fatal accidents in the home.
Is that a fact?
Mm-hmm. You know, in one state, 75% of the men involved in home mishaps were unmarried.
Well, I'm sure glad I'm married.
Because the accident odds are better?
You know, because I like my wife. Even when she first wakes up in the morning.
That's my Donald. That's my doll.
And now, Act Two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the Midnight Sun Matter.
Within a few minutes after I met him at the airport far east of town the next morning, Cliff Murray had the big twin-engine speedcraft airborne, and we were heading north to Alaska.
And in case you're interested, Dollar, you're the co-pilot on this run.
Oh, are you kidding? The only things I've steered around the sky since the war have been Piper Cubs, small jobs.
You know something? When you get onto them, these babies are not only just as easy to fly, but a whole lot safer.
Yeah.
Want to take over for a while?
Well, maybe later. Hey, how come you didn't take this big ship off at the Seattle-Tacoma International Airport?
Because of the cargo we have on board. Also, it was quicker and easier to get clearance. We're trying to make time on this trip. Boys up the mine are a pretty worried bunch these days.
Oh, why?
There's a big glacier on one side of the property.
Oh.
Flows down to make the Kanakai River. When it gets warm enough, a couple of months in the year to melt.
That's so?
But there have been a couple of big ice quakes this spring. It's just like earthquakes, only it's ice. And now that glacier's heading for the property.
No kidding.
And that's going to wipe out the airport and everything. Unless they can do something about it.
Like what? Divert the course of a glacier?
The engineers up there say they can do it. And we've got the stuff for them right here. This cargo we're toting.
What do you mean?
Oh, didn't you know?
No what?
Why, we got enough TNT aboard to move a dozen glaciers.
Speaking of sitting on a powder keg, and this one had wings. But then after the first shock of realization wore off, well, I even took up Cliffy on his offer to handle the controls for a while. And he was right. The big plane behaved like a doll. By the time we reached Anchorage to pick up mainland food, why, I was all set to make the landing myself. However, with a cargo of TNT aboard, I was perfectly content to let Cliff set her down, which he did beautifully. Then within the hour, we headed north again over some of the wildest country I've ever seen.
Beautiful, though, Johnny. Its own way.
Yeah, I never realized there were so many lakes and streams up in this country, Cliff.
Most of them are loaded with fish, too.
Ah.
Yes, sir. Stop. Ooh.
Oh, what is it?
I said, greatest fishing in this man's world is right down there below us.
Oh, what's your language, brother? I'm liable to strap on a chute and leave you to make the rest of the trip alone.
A fisherman, huh?
Yeah, you aren't kidding.
Yeah, one of my favorite spots, right?
Ooh. Hey, what's the matter?
Nothing. Just a little twitch in my side, my belly. Doc said it was appendicitis last time, but he didn't want to operate unless... Holy... Baby, that was a sharp one.
Cliff, anything I can do?
No, it's going now.
Sure hope so.
Ah, sure.
Just came on kind of sudden, so.
Hey, it's time to call up lads at the mine to be ready for us.
How big is the airport up there?
11,000 foot runway.
Really?
Sure. It's the only way to get stuff in for mines 100 miles around.
Speedcraft 231, calling consolidated. Go ahead, please.
Somebody on duty there at all times?
24 hours.
Roger, 231, go ahead.
We're over Fairbanks on the hour, Charlie.
Roger, Cliff, over Fairbanks at 1400 hours.
Then roll out the carpet. We'll set down between 14:45 and 50.
Roger, Cliff, we'll be ready for you.
Yeah, and that's that. In less than an hour, Johnny, Johnny, take over.
Sure, Cliff.
Never been this bad before.
Now listen.
No, you listen. No matter what happens, take it easy. I'll tell you exactly what to. You can do it, Johnny. You can do it. Now listen.
Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
With your permission, there's something I'd like to talk about for a minute. You know, too many times people try to escape from their responsibilities by having someone else take them over. There was Miles Standish, for example. He was much too busy to ask Priscilla to marry him, so he sent John Alden to pop the question for him. You know what happened. John ended up marrying the girl himself. Of course, if John had had a face like a flat tire instead of being the handsome guy he was, maybe Miles Standish would have married Priscilla instead. Well, actually, I don't know what got me started on this subject, and unless it was my thinking about people who represent somebody else. Take our State Department, for example. Being a representative is one of its biggest jobs. Through the Foreign Service, it helps the Justice and Treasury Departments handle immigration, narcotic, and quarantine problems. And the Secretaries of Agriculture and Commerce look to the Secretary of State to help keep their fingers on the pulse of foreign markets so they can keep the business firms and farmers of America informed on matters of import and exports. I guess the only connection between these facts and the courtship of Miles Standish is that, like John Alden, our State Department speaks for itself.
And now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the Midnight Sun Matter.
The rest of this report will have to come to you from the records of the airport there at Universal Consolidated Mining Corporation, far above the Arctic Circle. Aboard the big cargo plane loaded with TNT, the pilot crippled with pain, I was a little too busy to make notes to scribble any fancy dialogue. Here, then, is the story as recorded at the tower of the airport.
The time is 2:35.
Well, there goes the boss's plane to pick up his daughter in Fairbanks, Charlie.
Hey, Paul, isn't Cliff about due with 231? You said he'd sit down at the...
Speedcraft 231 calling consolidated.
Hey, is that Cliff?
Speedcraft 231 calling consolidated.
It doesn't sound like him. Hello, Cliff.
No, this is Johnny Dollar.
Dollar?
Yeah, it's his passenger. Go ahead, Johnny.
Cliff is... Well, look, I've had to take over for him. He's sick. Cliff will give me whatever instructions I need.
You sure you can make it, Johnny?
Johnny, this is Cliff.
Go ahead, Cliff.
Johnny can make it.
Well, what about that cargo, that TNT? Can you dump it?
I can't move to dump it, and Johnny can't leave the controller.
Okay, then, Johnny, we'll give you all the help we can from here.
Thanks, Charlie.
Have you passed the Snake River marker?
In about 2 minutes, I think.
Okay, now just remember your letdown is on a heading of 035 degrees from that marker.
035 degrees from the Snake River marker, roger.
And, well, now just take it easy, Johnny. We'll get you down here okay.
Thanks, Charlie.
Paul, it looks like we may have a problem on our hands.
Listen, if Cliff says Dollar can bring it down, he can. Just you take it easy when you talk with him.
Charlie, have you got an engineer down there?
Yeah, sure, Johnny. Stand by. Take it, Paul.
Johnny, this is Paul Foster. Go ahead.
Oh, we're having some trouble getting our landing gear down. So I'm going to make some steep banks and try to get it down by centrifugal force.
Yeah, good.
You might get the ground crew to stand by, though, because if we can't get the gear down that way, I guess we'll have to make a belly landing gear up.
Oh, okay, Johnny, I got that. How much fuel have you got on board?
About 2,000 pounds.
Johnny, this is Charlie again. Now listen.
Easy.
Oh, yeah. Johnny, I saw you make your pass. It appears the landing gear door is partially open, which may indicate it's jammed.
Any suggestions?
Paul again, Johnny. The only thing I can think of is try to snap the gear out by a sharp pull-up to give it centrifugal force.
I've tried that, Paul. Results are negative.
All right. Then before we consider you coming in for a belly landing with all that TNT aboard, I'd like to use up some of that fuel. Maybe some of our brains down here can think of something that'll help you out.
Okay, we'll go ahead with the regular procedures and whatever else we can think of, and then we'll give you another call.
Okay, Johnny.
The time is 2:41.
Johnny? Johnny, this is Paul again. Have you tried to shear the lock pin on that landing gear? Go ahead.
Negative. No, we haven't tried that yet. We want to make sure the doors were not jammed partially closed and perhaps make it impossible to get all the gear up again. You know, if we do have to make a belly landing.
Yeah. Okay. Johnny, have you got full hydraulic pressure?
Yes, that's affirmative.
Okay. Now, the crew chief isn't up here at the moment, but I'll ask him to come up and he can discuss it with you.
Right.
Johnny, if it does become necessary to make a belly landing because of the setup they have for handling accidents, you might be better off to do it at Fairbanks. Have you thought about that?
I talked to Cliff here. He doesn't think they'd want us to try it with this TNT we've got aboard.
Uh-huh. Well, we'll radio to him and see. Meanwhile, if anybody comes up with any idea at all, we'll pass it on to you right away.
Okay. I'll give you a gas check in a few minutes.
Okay.
The time is 2:50.
Johnny, Don Wilkins, our chief engineer, would like to talk to you. I'll put him on the horn.
Johnny, this is Don Wilkins. Have you tried the landing gear handle up and down quite a few times to see if it extends any further at any time?
Yeah, we've tried it several times.
Well, I think I'd try it as many times as possible, Johnny. There could be something binding that may break loose. Now, there's something on there. Well, it comes off the gear door latches, all right, so it isn't a latch.
I'll try it a few more times.
The time is 3 o'clock. Exactly.
Johnny, this is Paul. How's your fuel situation stacking up now?
Oh, we have about 950, about 960 pounds.
Well, for your information, Fairbanks have advised that they can't take your airplane there because they're jammed up and couldn't clear the field in time.
Well, yes, okay. It doesn't look like we'd have enough gas to go over there anyway.
Johnny, this is Don Wilkins again.
Go ahead, Don.
If you feather the number 2 engine, and then just as you unfeather it, slam the gear handle down, well, maybe the additional torsion that you get may free the gear.
Okay, Don, we've already tried that and we came up negative. I think we're stuck with that belly landing.
Johnny, this is Paul. We'll get everything ready for you. Are you BFR in this vicinity? You know, under visual flight rules?
Yes, affirmative.
Johnny, there's one more thing we'd like to have you try. And that is completely unload your hydraulic system. And then try free-falling your landing gear. Did you get that?
I did that twice, Don. No luck with it. But we'll try it again.
All right, Johnny, fine.
The time is 3:28.
Johnny, we're going ahead with preparations for a belly landing down here. I see you buzzed the field a couple of times, so you know how much room you've got.
You think it looks like much from up here?
Now listen, we're going to foam the runway for you. You hear me? Put foam on it. We're doing it now, and that'll kill some of the friction. And if we can get enough on, it'll help against fire if you have any trouble.
How's the wind down there?
It's south about 3 miles an hour, just light breeze.
Well, I want to know in case this thing slides off to one side or the other, right? I don't want to run down any of the other airplanes I can see down there. Not if we can help it.
Okay, Johnny, take a run directly over the runway and get the feel of it.
Will do.
The time is 3:31.
Johnny, we don't want to seem in the position here of telling you all your business, but I guess we've got to try everything anyone can think of.
Yeah, go ahead.
On this gear handle business, up and down, throw it in the up position. And just leave it there for a second, and then slam it down and leave it down for, say, 30 seconds after you put it down. You get that?
Okay, we'll do that.
We hate to be giving you all this intelligence all the time, but if anybody gets an idea, we pass it on to you for what it's worth. But you've got to be the judge.
We're glad you fellas are with us.
The time is 3:46.
Johnny, how's your fuel now?
I wouldn't bank on it much longer.
All right. They're laying foam on the runway like crazy, but that foam's only going to last about 25 minutes. Now, assuming they started laying the foam at 30, you should land not later than 55.
Yes, well, okay, you give us the word when it's completed. We're going to make one low pass and take a good look at everything. Then we'll come in and land. Okay?
Roger, I got your remark.
The time is 3:51.
Hi, Johnny. I just wondered how you are and how things look to you.
Okay. You got a doctor standing by to take care of Cliff?
Sure. Everything's ready for you. One comment. Listen. Do not, repeat, do not feather the engines when you sit down.
Got it. We'll comply.
Okay, Johnny.
Okay, we're all set, Don. We're going to make a practice pass over the field prior to the final landing.
Okay, Johnny, I won't be talking to you anymore. Paul will take over on your approach and get you down. We're all set for you when you arrive. Good luck.
Yeah. Okay.
The time is 3:54.
One minute, 48 seconds later, we made a wheels-up landing. Cliff, the company doctor tells me his appendectomy was a complete success. A hard-bitten bunch of miners, did you say? Listen, those boys up in that lonely outpost are the salt of the earth. And as for trying to pull something on your insurance company, well, you should have seen how just one good load of TNT put that glacier back on its course. Yes, sir. I hope the vein of gold never runs out for those boys. Expense account total, including gifts for the lads who really brought that plane down, $600 even. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone, who also wrote today's story. Heard in our cast were Gene Tatum, Frank Nelson, Russell Corson, Barney Phillips, Harry Bartell, and Forrest Lewis. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Roy Rowan speaking.
Johnny Dollar has come to you through the worldwide facilities of the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.
From Hollywood, it's time now for
Johnny Dollar.
Earl Foreman, Johnny.
Hi, Earl. How are things in sunny Florida?
I think I'll move to California.
What?
I mean, get away from this crazy insurance business as far as I can.
You sound like you have a problem.
I sure have, a real wild one, trying to get rid of $65,000.
That's a problem?
It's insurance on a policy bought and paid for by one Albert Schuyler King.
Well?
He died and left the money to his only child, his son Henry.
Well, what's the matter? Can't you find him?
Find him? That's just the trouble, Johnny. I found two of them.
Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, Act One of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Tri-State Life and Casualty Company, Sarasota, Florida. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Double Trouble matter. Expense account item 1, 8320 plane fare and incidentals, Hartford to Tampa to Sarasota, Florida. Item 2, $1.75 for a cab to Earl Poorman's office in the Conroy building.
That's right. After waiting 20 years for this sole beneficiary to show up.
20 years?
Well, like I told you, the insured was Albert Schuyler King.
65 grand.
Yes, he was a widower, lived up near Elizabeth City, North Carolina.
And he had a son named Henry.
Henry was his sole heir and beneficiary of his policy.
Okay. And you say that Kingman died 20 years ago?
Yes, during that big hurricane back in '38. Remember it? Did about $40 million damage up and down the coast.
Earl, I was a mere child at the time.
Oh, sure.
How old was Henry?
Well, he was 10, just a kid. Anyhow, it was several days before the old man's body was found.
And the boy?
No trace of him, disappeared. In due course of time, because of the statute of limitations, the old man's estate was, well, I guess it went to the state.
But not his insurance, huh?
No. We kept the matter of the insurance oath from company policy. Requires a lot of legal finagling, but in the company's history, they've turned up beneficiaries as much as 15, 18 years after death.
How?
By advertising. And that's what accounts for the sudden appearance of two Henry Kingmans, each claiming to be the beneficiary of Albert Kingman's policy, and each having a logical, legitimate story. Each saying he didn't know about the insurance until he saw the ad.
Where are these boys, Earl?
Right here in Sarasota. They arrived yesterday.
They arrived together?
No, a couple of hours apart, unknown to each other, they say.
I hope you made it perfectly plain that one of them has to be a phony and that when he's found out, it's going to go pretty rough with him.
Naturally. But, Johnny, I can't find anything wrong with either of their stories. You know, their background, where they've been, and so on.
Where are they staying, Earl?
A couple of dingy little motels on the edge of town. Now, look. Here's the file on them. Or rather, on the old man.
Well, I don't know that that's going to be much help.
There's information about not only Kingman, but his wife, who died before him. There's a lot of miscellaneous information about the boys. I mean, the boy, where he went to school and Sunday school, who his teachers were, the names of some of his friends. There's a lot of stuff here.
Well, then, maybe I'd better go through it.
Sure. Now, look, it's getting late. You're going to stay with Gertrude and me, as usual.
Oh, that isn't necessary, Earl.
Well, she'd kill me if I didn't bring you home. So, come on, we'll drive on out to the quay, have cocktails and some dinner, and you can spend the evening poring over that material. Come on.
Cocktails and dinner were great. They always are with the Foremans. Only poor man is a misnomer. That home of theirs on St. Armand's Key is not only big and new, but beautiful. They have their own private dock and speedboat on the bayou directly back of the house. Yeah, they own a couple of spanking new fancy air-conditioned cars. I decided that if I ever get enough to retire, this will be the kind of a setup for me. It was nearly 10 o'clock by the time I got around to the folder on Henry King. But by 2 a.m., so help me, I knew more about him than he himself could. Yes, I was all set to expose one of these claimants as a phony, a fraud. Had the whole situation right in the palm of my hand, I thought. But, brother, I had no idea of what was coming. Believe me.
Act 2 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
And now for another episode in the life of Sergeant Donald Selwyn, my husband.
Reba! Reba!
What is it, Donald?
Confounded Reba, I can't find the fountain pen. I've looked all through this desk.
Here it is, dear. You must have used it as a marker when you were reading this book. Let's see, this great literary classic, Six Gulch.
All right, never mind about my reading habits. Just look at the coverage we're going to get with this new auto accident policy.
Let's see. Collision,
$50 deductible.
fire, theft, public liability, property damage, medical benefits. In other words, we have complete coverage.
That's right. Of course, it's going to cost us money. I'm sending the company a check right now. Gee, it's too bad we don't live in Rhode Island.
Rhode Island, why?
Oh, because then our rates would be lower. Rhode Island has less accidents per capita than any other state.
Oh. Well, which state has the highest?
Let me see. Here it is, Nevada. Oh, by golly, Nevada's second. Alaska has the most.
Really? I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just too bad we can't eliminate traffic accidents completely. Not only would it save life and limb, but it'd be a lot less strain on the pocketbook.
Yeah, that's for sure. These automobile accident policies get more expensive every year, just because there's so many costly accidents.
Well, I'm glad we've got some good insurance coverage, Donald, but just remember one thing.
Oh, what's that?
Well, some auto accidents ruin a fender, and some ruin a family.
Yeah, that's true. Very true.
But as far as I'm concerned, I don't want any of your old insurance money. I want you here at home, safe and sound. You'll always drive carefully, won't you?
Yes, I will, dear.
That's my Donald. That's my doll.
And now, Act 2 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the Double Trouble Matter.
By 9:30 the next morning at a cheap little motel on the north edge of Sarasota, I'd spent nearly an hour carefully questioning Henry Kingman, number one. And I was getting nowhere.
Ovie O'Brien? Well, sure, Mr. Dollar. He was one of the kids I used to play with back in Elizabeth City. He and Bobby Tank.
Yeah?
You see the scar on my arm right here? That's where Obie hit me with a stick one time when we were playing caddy.
Yeah, I see.
If you know where Obie is these days, you ask him and he'll probably remember. Scared him to death. He thought he'd busted my arm.
Now, let's see. How about Miss Albertus?
Albertus?
Yes.
Gee, I don't remember any Miss Albertus.
Your Sunday school teacher there in Elizabeth City.
Listen, I was only 10 years old then, but I remember my Sunday school teacher real good. Her name was Miss Griswold, and she was, Look, are you trying to trick me or something?
Yes, I am. Because Henry...
Why don't you call me Hank? Everybody else does.
The fact remains, Hank, that one of you two claimants to the insurance is a phony.
Well, believe me, it's not me.
Everything you've told me about your childhood checks perfectly with the information I have.
Oh, of course, Mr. Dollar.
Almost too perfectly. Listen, where did you live and go to school after the hurricane?
Well, I'll be honest. I didn't have much schooling.
Where did you live?
Mr. Dollar, I wandered around more than little orphan Annie. All over North Carolina, then up north.
Did you live anywhere long enough to be, well, really be recognized as Henry Kingman?
I'm afraid I was just a bum. And all anybody ever knew me by was Hank.
You saw the ad about the unclaimed insurance in New York?
Yes, sir. I was working on the docks, stevedoring. Saw that ad in the Times. And I decided that if I had that much money coming to me and I could get a hold of it, why, maybe I could amount to something. Get an education, maybe, or, well...
Hank, all the insurance company has to go on is your memory. Or what you say is your memory of your childhood.
What I've told you is true, sir.
But if the other claimant comes up with the same kind of a story...
But he can't. Because don't you see, sir, I'm really Henry Kingman. I've told you all about my father and the house and the hurricane and the people I knew, about what's happened to me.
Yeah.
It's because I am Henry Kingman.
Uh-huh. We'll see. I tried to trip him up in a dozen ways, but with no success. He had a logical, reasonable answer for every question about his past and present. As for not being able to produce anyone who could identify him as Henry Kingman, well, it was simply because of his rather aimless life spent wandering from city to city, never having any close friends because he chose to go it alone. He was a tall, well-built lad with a mop of blonde hair and clear blue eyes. And I must confess I kind of liked him, his open frankness. But you know something? I could have been awfully wrong.
Although most men by nature don't feel in a combat mood much of the time, there are some who just can't get enough of a good fight, particularly if there is good, sound reason for it. In July 1900, when American fighting men were protecting the rights and liberty of their fellow countrymen during the Boxer Uprising, the battle was a furiously fought affair. Army Private Robert H. von Schlick, serving with Company C of the 9th United States Infantry Division, was in the thick of the fracas. Although he had been wounded previously while carrying a wounded comrade to a place of safety, he rejoined his command, which partly occupied an exposed position on a dike. Private von Schlick remained there after his company had been withdrawn, and in spite of the hail of bullets around him, single-handedly continued to fire into the enemy ranks. Oblivious to the fact that he was a conspicuous target, he refused to leave the fight until he was literally shot off his position by the enemy. Private Robert von Schlick earned the Medal of Honor for valiant devotion to duty and added heroic background to the code of conduct of American fighting men.
And now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
I got into the car that Earl Foreman had loaned me and drove to the motel east of town to see Henry Kingman, number 2. Tall, dark, and well-dressed, he was terse and to the point. And he answered all my questions with the same ease and conviction as the other boy. In only one major respect did his story differ.
Oh, so I can't name you a single person who can identify me as who I really am, Henry Kingman. And for a very simple reason.
What's that, Hank?
It's Henry, Mr. Dollar. And the reason is that right after the hurricane, I was adopted by a family that just moved into nearby Bridgeton. Their name was McGovern, so I took their name. Go up to Bridgeton, ask them. Show them my picture, anything you like. They'll all tell you I'm Henry McGovern, only my foster parents knew that I was really Henry Kingman.
Knew?
They both died about 7 years ago.
And they told nobody else who you really were?
No, not even the preacher. They'd wanted a son for years, now they had a son. And they didn't want anyone to come along and take me away from him.
Then how did you find out that you're Henry Kingman? If you are.
I'll ignore that last part of your question, Mr. Dollar. They didn't tell me until my 21st birthday.
Bridgeton. Isn't that the little town up near Currituck that was completely destroyed by fire a couple of years ago?
Oh, yes, of course. Forgotten.
There isn't a living soul up there anymore.
Oh, but I'm sure a man like you could track down some of the people who live there.
When were you last in Bridgeton?
I went up north right after my foster parents died. As I told you, I've been living and working in New York.
Now, look here, Mr. Dollar.
Well?
Hasn't everything I've told you checked perfectly with what you know about my father, my childhood, everything? Hasn't everything I've told you proved to be true? Isn't it proof that I'm Henry Kingman?
There's only one trouble.
What's that?
You're not the only one who has that kind of proof. Here, Johnny, have some more of this baked sea crab.
No thanks, sir.
Johnny, you've hardly touched a thing.
Yeah, I know, Gertrude, I'm sorry. I will have another cup of coffee, though.
I'm sure. So you haven't got very far in your investigation.
No, I'm afraid not.
I told you, Johnny, the stories of those two boys check out perfectly. Unless the information the company's been collecting for the last 20 years is all wrong.
But both of them can't be Henry Kingman. So one of them must be lying. But which one?
Well, suppose, just for example, if the blonde is Henry,
Yeah?
then how would the other have got hold of all that information? Unless,
Well?
you suppose they've known each other sometime in the past? They certainly don't like each other. I mean, each other's being.
I asked them, Earl, and they both deny having ever seen each other until they came here within a few hours of each other.
I didn't see the blonde boy, but the other came here to the house. I just didn't like him. The dark-haired one, I mean.
Hey, wait a minute.
Yeah?
What is it, Johnny?
The description of the father in that folder. Excuse me.
Can I help you?
No, thanks. I got it right here. Huh?
Want it?
Hey, listen. Does Dr. Crutcher still live up the street?
Sure. Do you want me to drive you over?
No, thanks. I'll walk.
Johnny, what'd you find
I'll
in that
see you
folder?
later. Walking up that street, and there was no moon, turned out to be a big, fat mistake. In the first place, I almost bumped into a palm tree in front of the house. In the second place, I didn't see what stepped out from behind the next palm tree until it was too late. Huh? What do you want?
Times have changed, and so has the man. Through the ages, man has advanced both physically and mentally. Prehistoric man's concept of war and living was like that of an animal. His implements were crude, his knowledge simple. It was survival of the fittest. From his club and stones to bows and arrows and spears, from muskets and sabers to atomic rifles and missiles, man has progressed in the art of attack and defense. With each new phase, man's knowledge has developed. Today, the warrior, if he can be called such, is not a stone thrower, a bowman, or a swordsman. He's a technician who needs knowledge of all that science has developed. He's a sonar man, a radar man, a rifle man, or a torpedo man, a missile man, or a pilot. But whatever his job, he needs the skill and the technical know-how to do the job and do it well. Yes, times have changed, and so has the man.
And now, Act 4 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Decided maybe I'd better drive him over anyway, Doc. That's when I found him lying out there by the palm tree.
Well, it's lucky you did, Earl, but I think these smelling salts will bring him around. Whoever attacked him must have seen you coming. Forward. What's this?
It's okay, Johnny.
Yeah, then what's Doc Crutcher? Who's Sock? You don't know, Johnny? Sure don't. But, brother, I have a suspicion. A couple of them.
Here, Earl, I brought him a cup of good hot tea.
Tea? Sure. Get him a slug of brandy.
Oh, well, sure.
Only make it scotch. Good man, Doc. You feel okay now? Yeah. Earl, listen.
Yeah?
Get on the phone. Call the motels where those boys are staying. Tell them to get over here immediately.
Better still, I'll drive over and get him.
Meantime, Doc.
Yeah?
Here's your scotch, Johnny.
Thanks.
And if you want some more...
Just a minute, woman. Where's mine?
Oh, of course, Doc, I'm sorry.
Neglect me, huh? Hey, listen, Doc. I want to ask you a couple of questions. What about heredity?
Heredity?
Yes.
Okay, shoot.
All right. Just to keep things straight, I'll call you Hank.
Sure, Mr. Dollar.
And you, I'll call Henry.
Well, it does happen to be my name.
Now, Earl tells me he found you both in Hank's motel just now.
That's right, sir.
Comparing notes?
I went over there to tell him that he's a phony. But if he doesn't get out of town...
Oh, sure. Hank, let me see your hands.
Huh? Oh, sure. Here, sir. What about them?
Look, Doc. By golly, you're right.
Right about what, sir?
How did you bruise these knuckles?
Well, it was kind of clumsy, but my hand slipped trying to open one of the windows in that cheap motel.
Don't you believe it, Johnny? He's the one who...
Wait a minute. This one has a bruised knuckle, too.
Oh? Now, what's your excuse, Henry?
Well, you can believe it or not, suit yourself, but exactly the same thing happened to me.
What? You asked me, Johnny, they both attacked you. On the other hand, Earl, they may both be telling the truth about this.
I thought this said the truth, sir. What did you mean about this?
I mean that at least one of you was lying about being the son of Albert Schuyler Kingman.
Well,
I told you. All right. Just pipe down for a minute. I suddenly realized that the laws of heredity could solve this case a lot quicker than detective work.
That's what you mean.
So I checked with Dr. Crutcher to make sure I was right. Then I checked descriptions of Henry Kingman's father and mother.
Did you, sir?
Both of them had brown hair and brown eyes.
So what?
Where both parents have identical color hair and eyes, any offspring will have the same. Hank, your hair is so blonde it's almost white, and your eyes are blue.
Now, Mr.
Henry, your hair is almost black. Your eyes are also blue.
Now,
Henry, you crazy fool. I told you this wouldn't work. Crazy fool, huh? If you'd let me come here alone,
Yeah?
then you'd never have cut me in. Of course, I got suspicious. You get out of the way. I got here first, didn't I?
Well, how was I to know you were coming? Why didn't you get up?
Boys, all right.
No, it isn't all right, Dollar.
Come on, now, put that thing
You
down.
make one move and I'll kill you. Come on, Hank. No, go ahead and kill him. If you got no. Get back. Get back.
Johnny, you outdrew that Henry like... Yeah. Take a look at what happened to Hank.
Huh?
Is everything all right, boy?
Holy... Gertrude, what did you hit him with?
Earl, I never did like that old bass anyhow.
Yeah, my heredity gag was just that, a gag. But it certainly brought things to a head in a hurry. How did they know so much about the real Henry Kingman? Well, listen. As soon as we locked them up, I called the National Press Services, had them put the story of this attempted fraud in the headlines all over the country. Result? A phone call from the head of an orphanage where the real Henry had been taken in as a child, where he still lived. And, yeah, the phonies were a couple of kids who'd run away from that orphanage after he'd palled around with them, told them all about himself. As for why they both appeared to make the claim, sure. Each of them saw the company's ad and tried to get in ahead of the other. Well, they're in all right. For a long time. Expense account total, including incidentals and fare back to Hartford, $178.70. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by
Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Virginia Gregg, Vic Perrin, Sam Edwards, James McCallion, and Parley Bear. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
This is Dan Coverly speaking.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, has been a presentation of the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.
$20.
Yeah?
What? Who's this?
Smokey.
Smokey? Smokey Sullivan?
Yeah.
Holy... You always call people at 5:30 in the morning? Well, hiya, Smokey. How are things down in New York?
I'm living out here in Frisco now.
Oh?
You know about the big fire out here?
Now, Smokey, don't tell me you've been up to your old tricks.
You know I wouldn't do nothing like that, Johnny, after the good way you've been treating me.
Well, I hope not. But what about this fire?
Big warehouse.
They're in San Francisco.
The Barnwell warehouse. It's still burning, Johnny.
Arson?
Yeah. I know who did it.
There must be insurance in a big warehouse.
Yeah.
So as soon as I can check it out, I'll... Look, where am I pointing?
Well, you say, Johnny.
Let's see. At the Huntington Hotel up on Mount Hill.
Me? In a nice place like that?
Well, unless I know where to call you.
It's okay, Johnny. I'll call you.
And you're sure it's arson?
I'm sure.
Then I'll see you.
Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
A handcuffed thief makes a desperate bid to escape a frantic dope addict. Crashes through a fiberboard wall at the police station house. It's part of the daily routine in New York's 16th Police Precinct, Hell's Kitchen. In the new issue of Look magazine, you'll follow tough, dedicated cops as they track down the man who pulled the trigger, run down a burglar, subdue a drug addict. And you'll learn in Look the kind of guy it takes to make a detective, what he thinks about his job, what he thinks about the kinds of people he has to deal with. It's all here in Look's exciting picture story, Detectives at Work. An uphill fight in a tough city where the crime rate has risen almost 10% in the last year, where 40% of the nation's drug addicts fight, steal, or beg for a fix, where an entire neighborhood suddenly becomes silent when the police department tries to track the man behind the gun. You'll see it all in Look magazine's dramatic picture story, Detectives at Work. It's in the latest issue of Look, and it's on your newsstand now. Get your copy of Look today.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Greater Southwest Insurance Company, San Francisco office. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Frisco fire matter. First of all, I had to make sure my expenses to the West Coast wouldn't have to come out of my own pocket. So expense account item 1, 10 cents for a call that got Pat McCracken of Universal Adjustment Bureau out of his bed. I asked him to dig up some facts and figures for me in a hurry. Within 20 minutes, he called me back. Johnny Dollar.
Well, Johnny, I've been on the phone to San Francisco ever since you called me. You were right.
About the big fire.
Yeah. How'd you find out about it?
Well, never mind that, Pat. Just keep talking.
Well, it's a warehouse. It's owned and operated by Mr. Peter H. Barnwell. And he has an office, 1427 Kamak Street.
1427 Kamak. Got it. And the insurance?
$340,000.
Wow.
Carried by Greater Southwest Insurance Company.
Pat, if I hurry, I can just make plane connection.
No, wait a minute,
Thanks,
Johnny.
Pat. Thanks a lot. Item 2, 20188 plane fare, Hartford to New York to San Francisco. Believe me, those jet flights on American get you there in a hurry. I left New York at 8 a.m. and pulled into San Francisco before noon. Pacific time. Item 3, a time for a newspaper at the airport. Apparently, the fire had burned itself out. Item 4, 675, taxi to Peter H. Barnwell's office on Kamak Street. The reception room was jammed.
No, there's no point in sending anybody over here because he won't see them. No.
Listen, chick, I'll get you a ticket for any show in town if you...
No! I tell you, he won't see any of you.
Not even me?
No. Now, why don't you reporters just go back to your papers and wait until Mr. Barnwell's ready to talk to you?
My card, miss.
It's no use, mister.
Will you read it, please?
But he doesn't want to see any reporters, right? Oh.
Yeah.
Just a minute, Mr. Dollar.
Now, how do you rate that, buddy? What paper you from?
The Bingville Bugle.
Huh?
Yeah, that's out near Bum Spung, Oklahoma.
Oh, now look, wise guy. Look.
Mr. Dollar. Mr. Dollar.
Dollar.
Will you come in, please, Mr. Dollar?
Sure. Thanks.
Now, wait a minute. You Johnny Dollar, the insurance business?
Right in here, sir.
Thanks.
Hey, wait a minute.
Sit down, Mr. Dollar. Make yourself at home.
Well, I must say you weren't at all upset about the loss of your warehouse.
Should I be? Sit down.
Sure.
Mr. Dollar, that building's been a losing proposition for years. Because of its bad location, because of zoning restrictions, and the cost of tearing it down. I've done nothing but lose money on it.
Oh.
But I've been very careful to keep up the insurance. So, now that it's gone up in flames, I shall at long last collect on it.
$340,000.
That's right. And with whatever I can get from some other misguided investor for the land itself, I'll be sitting pretty.
I see.
Now, don't get any funny ideas, Mr. Investigator. The police have found nothing whatsoever to suggest arson. Nor will they.
You sound pretty sure of that.
I'm sure of it.
Even if it were a job that you didn't have done.
I'm sure of it.
You know something, Mr. Barnwell? I'm not.
So if you can be of any help in putting through my...
Did you hear what I said?
I heard, Mr. Dollar. Doesn't worry me a bit.
Hey, fellas! My car filter may be worth $1,000. How's that? Heard over the radio that the people who make Fram filters have a big treasure hunt on. Oh, I checked my oil and air filter. And I'll be doggone if there wasn't a specially marked Fram air filter that might pay me $1,000. No kidding. My service station man said whatever I win, he'll win the same amount. Told me a regular filter check is important to today's car. So important that Fram Corporation is paying $60,000 to get car owners to check their filters now.
Cash money?
Sure, this is Fram's silver anniversary. Last year, 10,000 secretly numbered Fram filters were distributed all over the United States and installed in cars during regular servicing. Every one of them is worth cash, some as much as $1,000. Why, one of you guys may have one in your car and not even know it.
Say, what are we waiting for? Let's get those filters. Yeah.
Hurry, folks. Get in on the big Fram treasure hunt. You could win up to $1,000 in cash. Check your car filters now. And now, Act 2 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar and the Frisco Fire Matters.
Expense account item 5, $2 for a taxi. In my opinion, Peter H. Barnwell had the warehouse fire set. Opinions don't count in my business. You gotta have proof. And I hadn't yet got together with my informant, Smokey Sullivan. Smoke. Once a clever arsonist himself. Later a counterfeiter, bootlegger, just about everything in the book. But from the time he helped me with a case a couple of years ago, he'd stayed on the straight and narrow. And of course, I've always paid him well for his help. Before going on to my hotel, I stopped in to see Bill Mullen of the Arson Squad.
Yeah, the papers say you're in town, Johnny. Glad to see you.
Yeah, how are you, Bill?
But there's no reason for you to be here about that fire.
Well, that's so.
We've already found out how it started.
How, Bill?
Some old derelict, by the name of Stumpy Moran. He used to sleep there every night. Had an old iron bed and a little sort of shack on one side of that warehouse.
Yeah?
So last night, like a lot of the darn fools all over the country every night, he went to bed loaded and lit a cigarette. Result? No more mattress, no more shack, no more warehouse.
Well, are you holding him?
Also, no more Stumpy Moran.
He died in the fire?
Yep.
And you're sure that's how it started?
Johnny, when you comb through evidence on as many cases like that as I have, there's no mistaking it.
But now, Bill...
All the way from the source of the blaze to the empty bottle. The carbonized paper from the cigarette. The foil from the cigarette package. The hair from the mattress. 1,001 little things that the ordinary person wouldn't even think to look for. So listen.
Yeah?
Be a nice guy and call off the paper, will you?
Why?
Because they saw you over in Barnwell's office, they've decided it was arson and they're calling us a bunch of bums. The only reason they do it is to make headlines. So call them up and tell them to lay off, will you? Set them straight.
Not until I'm sure they aren't right, Bill.
Huh? Now, wait a minute. What's that mean?
I'll see you later. Item 6, another taxi to the Hotel Huntington up on Nob Hill. I went straight to my room and sat down to wait for Smokey Sullivan to call. I didn't have to wait long. Smokey?
Yeah,
Well, I hear they found out how that fire started.
Stumpy.
That's right, Stumpy Moran.
He was a friend of mine. Not much brains, Johnny, but a nice old guy. But Johnny,
Yeah?
he didn't do it.
But they found all the evidence. He'd been drinking and smoking in bed.
He never touched a drop, Johnny.
You sure?
He didn't smoke neither. I know. He was my pal.
Where are you, Smokey?
You know where the Hungry Angel is?
The cocktail bar over on the...
That's right. Take the alley, in fact. I'm in the phone booth at the end of it. I'll be waiting for you.
Okay, now listen.
Yeah?
Do you know who did set that fire?
Yeah. The only guy in the whole country who could leave no trace.
Wait a minute.
And they won't even question him because he's been living straight for so long.
Touchy Thompson.
Yeah. Lives in a nice house on Aldea Drive, 527. But he ain't there.
How do you know?
A note on his door says gone fishing.
You're absolutely sure it was he?
I'm the only one knew where to look for his sign around that fire, and I found it there. I'll show it to you.
Proof, huh?
Yes, sir, Johnny. I can prove that warehouse was set. Oh, no.
Smokey. Smokey!
Sociable, up to date, debonair.
What's this, a new word game?
No, I'm just mentioning the qualities that people admire in other people.
Oh, I see. If you're sociable, up to date, and what was another word? Debonair?
Yes, debonair. But look into it this way. Be sociable, smart, up to date with a drink light, refreshing, cut. They not fair, yes, and there. Be sociable, have a Pepsi.
Notice how many of your friends are serving Pepsi-Cola these days. It's the up-to-date refreshment.
Be sociable, turn happy.
In the alley behind the Hungry Angel, I found a couple of policemen carefully going over every inch of the phone booth where Smokey called.
Yeah, that's right. Conroy heard the shots and came running back here. You get the angle of that bullet, Conroy?
Hey, listen, what about Smokey?
City hospital, but he isn't gonna live, Dollar. Not a chance.
And you have no idea who shot him?
No. But you're a smart dick. Why didn't you find out for it?
All right, now look.
And let me tell you something else, too, Dollar. If that warehouse fire had been a torch job, which it wasn't, like you're blabbing it out to all the papers, your dear pal Smokey Sullivan is the only one who could have done it. So his being knocked off is good riddance.
Why Smoke?
Because we got every other firebug in this town nailed down, that's why.
Wanna bet?
Mr. Dollar, I honestly don't understand it, considering the way one of those bullets nicked his heart. But it looks as though that man Sullivan will live.
The point is, Doctor, can I talk to you?
Well, you can try. Oh, this way, Mr. Dollar. But he was not able to give anything to the police, who just left.
And listen, Doctor, do everything you can for him, will you? I'll foot the bill.
Oh, very well. Right in here.
Okay. You, mind if I talk to him alone?
If you like. And if you can.
Thanks. Smokey. Smokey.
Hi, Johnny.
Hi. Yeah, the doc says you're gonna be okay.
Yeah. Can't get rid of me.
Attaboy, Smokey.
I didn't talk to the cops. Just looked at them like I was dead.
Good for you. Hey, Smokey, did you see who put the slugs into you?
No, Johnny. But it must have been Touchy. Touchy Thompson. Same as he set that fire.
Yeah. All right, now listen. You're in no shape to go over there and show me. But if the arson squad found no trace, and believe me, they know everything to look for.
Chemicals.
What?
Touchy had chemicals, special chemical. Never left a trace.
Everything leaves a trace of some kind.
No. He had to use a gas mask. That's what must have knocked out Stumpy Moran. And Touchy could plant the liquor, cigarettes.
Then I guess the only thing I can do is try to find Touchy Thompson.
Johnny.
Yeah?
If you do, Johnny, be careful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Act 4 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment. Rambler station wagons lead all but 2 other makes in sales. Repeat, Rambler station wagons now lead all but 2 other makes. Car registration figures prove it. Never before has any station wagon scored such a sweeping success in so short a time. Why the nationwide swing to Rambler? Well, listen to this. If you want America's lowest price station wagon, Rambler has it. If you want big 6-passenger room, plus America's easiest parking, Rambler has that. Most miles per gallon? Rambler has that too. Trade-in value? Rambler has the highest of any low-priced car. Yes, Rambler is America's top economy station wagon. But Rambler is also the compact quality car. The only car to offer personalized comfort, including front seats that glide back and forward separately, adjustable headrests, reclining seat backs, finest air conditioning at lowest cost, deep dip rust proofing. Yes, all America is discovering that Rambler station wagons are different, and Americans love that difference. So will you. Drive a Rambler station wagon now, 6 or V8 at Rambler dealers. And now, Act 4 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account item 7520, more taxi fare. There was nobody home at Touchy Thompson's place. Only the note on the door Smokey had told me about. Gone fishing. Fishing, huh? He was probably hiding somewhere around the town, waiting for the atmosphere to clear. But how to bring him out in the open? Then I suddenly remembered an old friend of mine, Maury Webster, head man at station KCBS. I'd have made $1 even for a cab to the Sheraton Palace and the KCBS studio.
Johnny, this is a pleasant surprise, although I had heard you're in town.
How are you, Maury?
Up to my neck. We're in the midst of a big celebration. You know, our 50th anniversary.
Oh?
Yes, sir. We were the first broadcasting station in the country, and we're kind of proud of it.
Well, I should think you would be. Let me add my congratulations.
Well, thank you, Johnny. Well, what brings you here?
Maury, when is your next news broadcast?
Well, let's see. Dan Leslie will hit the air in just about 7 minutes.
That'll just give me time to knock out a news item for him to read on the air.
Oh, what kind?
I'll tell you while I'm scribbling it, if you don't mind.
Well, yeah, go ahead.
Well, Maury, I have a sneaking suspicion it'll flush out an arsonist.
Oh?
Yeah. And killer. As briefly as possible, I told Maury Webster my plan, the why of it. I handed him the news item I'd cooked up. He penciled in a couple of minor changes, then gave it to his top man on the news bureau, Don Mosley. A few minutes later, there in his office, we listened to it being broadcast over the powerful facilities of KCBS.
Anyway, on the local scene, Weathertook Insurance investigator Johnny Dollar to clear up the matter of the Barnwell warehouse fire.
Here it comes.
Yeah. Dollar has proved conclusively that it was set by an old hand at that business named Smoky Sullivan. His reason? To kill another man by the name of Moran, whose body was later found buried in the embers. Incidentally, Sullivan himself has just died as a result of bullet wounds, no doubt inflicted by some friend of Moran's, who sought to avenge his murder. As for the holdup that occurred early this morning on the Embarcadero...
Well, I hope it does the trick, Johnny. What are you going to do now?
Maury, there's going to be a stakeout at the home of one John R. Thompson, formerly known as Touchy Thompson, out on Aldea Drive.
Oh, then you're turning this whole thing over to the police.
That stakeout will be me.
But if Thompson did set that fire and kill Moran...
I still have to prove it.
Well, don't you think it's a little dangerous, Johnny?
Could be.
Well, in just a minute.
Thanks, Maury. Thanks a lot. So I went out to Aldea Drive again, and I parked myself rather uncomfortably behind a hedge across the street from Thompson's place. Finally, it must have been around 10 p.m., an expensive car pulled up and a man loaded with fishing gear went into the house. I waited a couple of minutes, and then I went over, knocked on the door, walked in, introduced myself, and laid a few cards right on the table.
Are you crazy, Dollar? Didn't even know about that fire until you told me just now.
Why lie about it, Touchy?
Look, I've been fishing.
Yeah, for what? An alibi?
Oh, give me that for trout. Look here. Here they are. There, trout. Ever see a nicer mess of them?
Pick them up at any market.
Not me.
All right, who was with you?
I was alone. I was over there camped beside the lake all the time. My sleeping bag's still out in the car.
What lake?
Mono Lake. It's a little over 200 miles east of here.
Yeah, I know it well.
Well, that's why I caught him.
I know it well enough to know that because of the high mineral content of that water, no trout could ever survive in it.
What? Oh, hello. Wait a minute.
It's no good, Touchy, and with the proof I have that only you could have set that fire with some of your fancy chemicals.
What do you know about that? You got no proof. Look.
Perhaps he has, Touchy.
Well, I'm glad to see you two know each other.
Very smart, weren't you, Touchy?
What do you mean?
I mean the way you fell for that phony news broadcast and came back here.
Phony?
And dollars. Thanks for setting the stage for me.
Yeah? What does that mean?
You came here because you suspected Touchy. You had a big argument. You both pulled your guns and killed each other.
No. Wait.
That's the only conclusion the police can possibly reach when they find your bodies lying.
Look.
Nope. Don't make a single move, Dollar. Neither of you will do anything because 5 seconds from now you'll both be dead.
Well, you're wrong. What? Pull that trigger, Barnwell, and it's the last thing you'll ever do.
Bill.
Climb in this window, boys, and take care of me.
There's no need for violence, officer.
That's right, Barnwell, there is one.
All right. You sit down.
Well, Johnny? Now, just when under the sun ever led you to come out here, Bill?
Your old friend Smokey Sullivan called me to the hospital. He was a little worried about you. You mind?
Mine? You gotta be kidding. Yeah, they were both in it up to their ears. Each, in trying to defend himself, just put the other in that much deeper. And by the time the courts get through with them, they'll be sorry they ever lived. Expense account total, including the trip back to Hartford and a good hefty gratuity for Smokey Sullivan, plus all his hospital bills, $923.91. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Our star will return in just a moment.
Yeah, I'm a mean widow, kid.
And are you pleased with yourself?
Sure, 'cause I'm a germ. A bathroom germ. Bathrooms is where the meanest germ sets to live. Do I have fun causing odor and spreading disease?
Well, you better watch out, son, or your landlady may find out about Lysol brand disinfectant.
Lysol?
Oh, Lysol.
That's what I said. Lysol.
Well, anyway, a lot of women are finding that a dash of Lysol in their cleaning suds every week wipes out nasty bathroom disease germs like you, disinfects from one cleaning to the next as no other product can, wipes out many deadly viruses, too. Lysol makes every cleaner work better. It's the easy, modern way to get bathrooms really clean and free of odors.
Lysol can do that?
And what's more, now, besides regular Lysol, there's a new sweet-smelling pine-scented Lysol, and they're both out to get you.
Hey, were you ever a mean little kid?
One more remark like that, and I'll open this bottle of Lysol. Now, here's our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, a quiet little ranch in Oklahoma. Quiet, that is, until the shooting starts. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Virginia Gregg, Vic Perrin, Larry Dobkin, Alan Reed, Gil Stratton Jr., Paul Dubois, Bartlett Robinson, Don Mosley, and Tony Barrett. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Dan Gubberly speaking.
This is the CBS Radio Network.